Hey there, welcome back to Reddit XO, the best channel for Reddit cheating stories. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more stories like these. I, 37 male, told cheating ex-wife, 37 female, no when she asked for a better co-parenting relationship for our daughter, 15 female. We have not spoken to each other in 6 years. My ex-wife, 37 female, cheated on me, 37 male, 6 years ago, and I caught her in a 4-month affair with a married guy. We have a 15-year-old daughter and co-parent only via my sisters or over email. I discovered out when AP wife emailed me all of the photos and movies they shot while cheating on us on his phone. Some of the deal breakers for me were that she performed in facials with AP but flatly refused to do them with me, stating that they were repulsive and went against her morals as a woman. Her body, her rules, she actually said. I had given her the opportunity to come clean before presenting her with the proof I had. However, she lied to me, even swore on the life of our daughter. I told her that if you had any sense of integrity or respect for me, you would tell me the truth right now. She was certain that I was insane and making outrageous charges based on no evidence. As a result, I provide the facts. When presented with the proof, she sobbed and looked me in the eyes, saying, "She's a piece of," knowing her treachery was beyond insulting and eventually something I would never forgive. I warned her that she should not contact me in the future unless it was for her own health, safety, or the life or death of our daughter. We divorced shortly after that. Now fast ahead 6 years, my daughter invited me to a supper she was preparing for a baking/cooking competition last month. Of course, I agreed. But the catch was that her mother, my ex-wife, would also be present. She understands why we split and agrees to my NC with her mother. I haven't seen her talk to my ex-wife in about 6 years. Some of my former in-laws and ex-wife attended the dinner, as did my sisters and myself. My daughter's dinner was amazing and everything went off without a hitch. 1 week after the meal, I got a phone call from my ex-wife, which I clearly answered since I was concerned for our kid. Nothing was wrong with our kid, but ex-wife wanted to honestly repent for her previous behavior and the harm she caused to our family. She said that our daughter almost had a nervous breakdown because she was afraid of her asking me to be in the same room with her, and that our present relationship is unhealthy. She wanted to know whether there was any possibility to cohabit in a healthy manner with our daughter in the future. I didn't cut her off and let her complete what she was saying. When she had through speaking, I said no and hung up the phone. My sister informed me that my ex-wife is sincerely humiliated and guilty for severing the family and just wants a good atmosphere for our kid. Sister advises me to move on and consider our daughter's mental health. I reminded my sister that if I am miserable, what value do I have in my daughter's life? I'm not satisfied with my ex-wife. So, Reddit, I'm looking for unbiased advice on whether I should forgive my ex-wife and go on to develop a stronger co-parenting relationship with my wife for the benefit of my kid. Thank you to everyone who has written to me or left comments with their thoughts. Now for the latest news. Yesterday, I chatted with my 15 female daughter, and what she said was eye-opening. She informed me that she knows I love her and would do anything for her, so she doesn't want to take advantage of my love for her by forcing me to do things I wouldn't usually do. She claims her mother suffers from sadness at times and constantly reminds her that your father will never stop hating her, making it difficult for everyone else to avoid criticizing her for her past as well. Because she has so few acquaintances, my ex-wife seems to be airing her problems with our kid. Context: because we all grew up together. My ex-wife lost the bulk of our childhood buddies. None of the husbands want their wives hanging out with her since she used girls' night as a pretext to spend out with AP, and some of the wives consciously or unintentionally covered for her. There was a lot of uproar as a result of this. It is widely assumed that some of the other spouses were also cheating, although no more evidence has been uncovered. Since my split with the ex, the other women have practically kicked her out of the group in order to keep their marriages. Daughter also told me that she misses our family being together if she's being honest, but she knows how much I and her mother love her. She then inquired about forgiveness, and then about unforgiveness things for which individuals cannot be forgiven. That is essentially a benchmark you must establish yourself, I informed her. It stems from the morals and ideals you have inside yourself. I stated that it is possible to despise the behavior but not the person. And there are instances when you can't separate the behavior from the person. Examples include Hitler, Osama bin Laden, and Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones. She despises him with a vengeance. I said that her mother is someone whose deeds I cannot disassociate myself from. As I previously said, this does not imply that she is a poor mother. Rather, it indicates that she is someone with whom I cannot detach myself. As a consequence, my connection with her will never be the same. I then reminded her that just because someone apologizes does not indicate that everything is well. Unfortunately, some acts have repercussions, and in her mother's case, those consequences are part of who she is as a person. Daughter then asked whether I had ever forgiven someone who had previously injured me, and I responded, yes, I've forgiven many individuals. Forgiveness is a very valuable trait to possess as a person. Finally, we had a really excellent chat last night, and agreed that both myself and her mother would always be there for her when major life events occur. I'm going to speak to my ex-wife about her statements to our kids shortly. Story 2. My wife, 36 female, cheated once and I, 36M, want a divorce, but I don't know whether I truly should leave or not. I'll try to make my article as brief as possible, but I feel the need to be comprehensive, so please read it well before offering suggestions. My wife and I married when we were 22 years old, after graduating college, and we had 2 kids, ages 13 and 12. Throughout our 14-year marriage, 16-year relationship, we have had a wonderful connection, and we both adore one another. To be perfectly honest, I may have ignored her in February and March owing to work and other obligations. During this time, she had a one-night stand with one of her colleagues around a month ago and instantly regretted it. I'm also positive she only slept with him once since I've heard it from others, and seen additional proof that suggests she's speaking the truth. When she informed me about it the following day, I felt like I'd been hit in the belly. That or someone had physically torn my heart out. I gazed at her in great disbelief at first, but then continued to pound her with every single unutterable abuse. I never imagined myself saying such things to her, and I honestly don't recall half of what I said. She sobbed and apologized many times. Before you ask, her apologies seemed quite genuine to me, and she was clearly regretful for her conduct. That was evident in her eyes and behaviors since then. I informed her a week after her confession that I was going to file for divorce, after this full quarantine thing is finished. She sobbed but said nothing and went to the restroom. She has pleaded for my forgiveness, but has said that she understands if I am unable to do so. She also said that she is prepared to go to any length to make our marriage work and repair the damage she has caused. Furthermore, she said that if I decide to go with the divorce, she would renounce any unjust payout she receives from the divorce settlement since she does not deserve it. Her opinion is that we should divide our fortune properly so that I am not placed in a poor condition as a result of the divorce settlement. This would happen as I am in a much better situation financially than her. Despite the fact that I am persuaded she is sincere in her guilt and wants to repair our marriage, I feel compelled to proceed with the divorce. My parents and her parents have both spoken to me, and although they both condemn her conduct, they both want us to sort things out. Aside from this idiotic episode, I've never been one to heed to advise, and my life has worked out rather well for me. My wife has been sleeping on the sofa for the past 3-4 weeks, and I don't speak to her much other than to chat about the girls or our future. My communication is nearly non-existent, despite the fact that she has been trying for weeks. I still haven't forgiven her, and I'm having difficulty forgiving her. It's not so much a matter of trust, though it has been seriously harmed, as it is that I can't get over the act of betrayal itself. Even after a few weeks of learning, I am still torn with my feelings and no closer to a solution than I was before. I've been thinking about my next move for about a month and still have no clue what to do. It is evident to me that she is sincerely sorry for her conduct, and this was completely out of character for her. She has subsequently put in a lot more effort into our relationship, despite the fact that she knows it may be for nothing since I haven't repaid that level of effort in the previous several weeks. I simply don't believe I'll be able to get over the act of treachery, and then there's my kids, who will be badly damaged if I go through with the divorce. I have to admit that there are moments when I feel like going through with the divorce simply to stick it to her, even though I know she would be heartbroken if I did. I know it seems harsh and terrible, but it is exactly the kind of rage and contempt I feel against her. She has said that, although she is prepared to go to any length to salvage the marriage, she will eventually accept my choice. I honestly don't know what to do since on one side of the problem, I see my wife's wrath, bitterness, and betrayal after 14 years of marriage. On the other side, I see my children, the love we've had over the last 16 years, this being utterly out of character, and my wife really regretful while doing everything she can to repair what she's damaged. So I'm turning to Reddit to find out something I haven't been able to figure out in weeks.